Alright, real quick, it's early. I just got up and I got places to be today, but wanted to talk about the World Series that starts tomorrow. Give my quick thoughts on what's happened in the championship series. Let's start with the West. I thought the Angels were really resilient out there. They hung tough when it was 3-1. I thought they would just kind of sort of give up, but they didn't. They stuck with it and they won that game 5. And I really thought, because it seems like when a team is down 3-1, sometimes teams think to themselves, well, we have no chance of winning the series because we're down 3-1, and if we have no chance of winning the series, what's the point of trying to win another game? But the Angels didn't think like that. They went out, won a tough game 5, and stretched it out to 6, and probably made the Yankees World Series a little more tougher because of the rest factor. So I do have to give a lot of props to the Angels, but at the end of the day, the Yankees are just a far more talented team. They have better players, and it was just too much at the end. And Alex Rodriguez, everybody's obviously talking about how well he's playing in the playoffs for the first time in his life, and it's a fascinating plot to watch. And if it carries over to the World Series, then hooray! But if it doesn't, people won't remember all this very well. So, this is a really talented team. Although I do watch that team sometimes and wonder what Nick Swisher does good for them. And people talk about how good he is, but sometimes I don't see it. So, but they're going to the World Series. That's all that matters, and it's going to be fun. And now for the Eastern Finals. I was really impressed with what I saw from the Phillies in that series. I saw a refusal to lose. I mean, they didn't win every game, obviously, you know that, but they just refused to go silently into the night. Whenever they were in trouble, it didn't matter who was at bat, it didn't matter who was pitching. They just find a way to get clutch hits and clutch outs, and they won in 5, which is hugely impressive to me because I think the Dodgers are a very good team, and I was just impressed by the way the Phillies, every game they took care of business, except for obviously the one, which was a shame to me because Pedro had an awesome game and he didn't get the win, but they still dominated the series and won in 5. What else can you say about that? So at the end of the day, the Dodgers' lack of starting pitching seemed to hurt them quite a bit. I mentioned that in a preview video, but I thought they could overcome it. I thought Manny Ramirez was going to carry them, and I guess he played pretty well, but it was nowhere near enough to carry them. And I don't know where else to go with that. I was just really impressed with the Phillies' refusal to lose that they've shown really throughout the whole postseason. When they need a comeback, they get it. When they need big hits, they get it. And here they are in the World Series, having played only 9 games, which I think both teams have actually only played 9 games, so that's always a positive. And that's how your Phillies got to the World Series. And that brings us to the actual World Series, the Yankees and the Phillies. The Yankees have home field advantage because of the All-Star game. And let's talk. I think the Yankees might be a more talented team, particularly in the lineup. They have threats all throughout that lineup. But the Phillies are no slouch either there. They are very talented. They have a very solid lineup. A lot of people there that can do damage. They, in particular, have, in my opinion, maybe the best starting pitching in the league. I mean, it's sick. They have Cliff Lee and Cole Hamels. Both those guys could be number 1 pitchers on just about any other team. They have veterans like Pedro, should they need him in an emergency. J.A. Happ, the Rookie of the Year in all likelihood. I mean, that pitching is tough to beat. And when you combine that with the refusal to lose I see from the Phillies, I think it's going to be a hell of a series. Both teams have great hitting. I think the Phillies have probably better pitching, although the Yankees probably have the better bullpen. And, I think the Yankees are probably a more talented team, but with what I saw from the Phillies in the NLCS, I just saw this refusal to lose, and that has convinced me they're going to find a way to beat the Yankees. And I'm going to say the Phillies win the World Series in 6 games. I'm feeling it. Alright, that's the World Series. It starts tomorrow. So, everybody have fun, and I'll see you later.